Hi.
Hello.
You're not Leanne.
No, he's about to go to bed now.
I thought probably. I wondered if I would meet you today.
Yeah, and I have a question. Is he doing okay with you so far? Or
Yeah, I think so. His reading's really good, and he answers the questions very well on the little game ones that you give us to do.
Yeah. The force
And he's very enthusiastic. So I think that's very good.
Yeah. In the beginning,
if they're bored, they won't take it.
Yeah. In the beginning, I tried to help him to respond in English. So I sit beside him, but now I try to let him do, the course with you by himself. And so I think that I might need to ask you if he's okay with.
Yeah, of course. I can also send you messages if you want after the lesson. I have one student whose mum is away right now because she's doing her master's course in Wales, so close to me. But her daughter is in China with the dad. So I message the mum quite regularly to let her know Rosina is doing well. She can't even be in the room, so she won't, unless she watches all the lessons again.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll watch, but not all the lessons.
No, of course, because
there are way too many.
Yeah, it'll be quite repetitive for you.
Yeah.
So she watches sometimes too, but I like to let her know Rosina's doing very well.
Okay.
So I can do that too.
What about Ning?
She's excellent. She's really, really good. There's one word in the book at the moment that's tripping her up quite often. Like the word orphanage. I think she's not as familiar with the PH making a
orphanage.
Because she'll say the first and the last part well, and she'll get to the middle and be like, I'm like, it sounds like an F. Just pretend it is an F.
Yeah, like an elephant.
Her reading is really good. Yeah, elephant's another good example.
Yeah. And what about her speaking?
Her speaking's really good. She's very funny in class.
Really?
Yeah, she's always joking or like being like sometimes she's a little cheeky, which is good because it's good to practice like that part of English too, I think.
Yeah. So I think she's okay with the online tutors by herself. And she's quite competent right now, and she doesn't need my help at all. Yeah. But Leanne is a little bit tricky sometimes.
But not very often. Like he can read the text. If I ask him a question about the text, he's very good. I think when it's free conversation, then sometimes it's a little bit harder for him. But that's always the harder part. And if it's
for the
on
kids
a topic,
at this age.
Yeah. Oh, actually, for any learner, adults talking about something when it's spontaneous, when they're first learning, it's very hard. They're like, what do I say back to this question if it's not an anticipated one? But on topics that he knows a lot about, like dinosaurs, he's on it. Like he knows everything about them.
But that's the only thing he's into. So it's really difficult to talk about something else except other than dinosaurs.
I think that's quite normal when kids are around his age, though. It's still useful for learning English because he can describe the shape of the dinosaur. Or it has 4 legs. He's like, no, those are 2 arms. I'm like, are they? I'm looking at the picture. They look like
T-Rex. Yeah, I heard that part. Yeah.
But he's funny, and it gives him. He can still use it very well for learning other things. I think on topics he knows about, he's very confident with them. On other topics, maybe not as quick to talk, but he seems very, very engaged and very talkative in class, which is normally the hard part to get to. Some kids are worried about making mistakes, so they're very quiet.
Oh no, he doesn't afraid of making mistakes.
No, I see that.
I can hear a lot of mistakes coming out of his mouth, and he's fine with that. Because I never Yeah, I encourage him to speak instead of yeah.
So I try to correct some of it, but not every single one, because that will stop him speaking. Well, it slows it down too much. It's not good for him. Like making a mistake with tenses. I'll say, you would say that in the past tense.
Past tense.
Not I go to school. I went to school. I had. And I try to type it as well. And once he gets that one, I'll then mention other things. Like, so that it's not all at once.
Okay.
He's doing very well. And Ning as well. They're both excellent.
Yeah.
They're great students.
About Ning, I'm thinking that now I'm kind of forcing her to memorize some vocabulary. I don't know how you do that in England. When you were a kid, do you have any?
Everyone hates it.
Okay.
Everyone hates spellings. I look after children around Ning's age. So actually, after I've talked to you, I will pick them up from school and I'll look after them until their mom comes home. And this is one of the spellings days, and they hate it. But they have to for school, so I have a good excuse. And I'm like, okay, you have to look at this word. Like, you will have a test on it tomorrow. And I think that memorizing vocabulary is normally what I've seen online, and I'm doing a course right now, it says you shouldn't do more than 10 words at a time.
Like 5 words a day.
And they said it has to be less than that, and it's good if you just read
reading.
It's reading and using them again. So if you tell me what words she's done this week, I can try and work them into the lesson at some point. Because practicing it in conversation is actually the most useful way of remembering it. And to remember it, I forget the times.
It's not just memorize the vocabulary. It's about the spelling. The spelling is really difficult. It's a little bit struggling for her right now. She can recognize a lot of words so far, right? You know that, but she cannot spell it.
It's because English, the spellings are weird. It's not always spelled how it sounds.
So sometimes there are rules, but the rules change all the time.
There's like 20 exceptions to every rule in English.
So
there's 3 totally different spellings, and they sound the same. So when you're reading it, you can comprehend which one it's meant to be. But
so I encourage her to read a lot now. And actually, she's reading and while she's listening the audiobook. It helps her to recognize the words and and the pronunciation. They will have a kind of like a connection, between the words and the pronunciation. But I think at some point that she still needs to learn how to spell. Right?
Spelling is still useful. If she works in a job where she uses English, she will have to write. If she ever does anything like that, and then it's very useful. If you want to write an email to someone else in the office, spelling consistently just reflects well on yourself. If you spell it badly, even if you've made a good point, people will be like, "There's 10 spelling mistakes in this email."
So that's the hard part for me. Because it's really difficult to ask online tutors to do the spelling with her. I think it's better to do it face to face. So I need to do it by myself, and she's a little bit grumpy. She needs to do the spelling test or anything like that.
Every kid hates spelling tests. The kids I look after are so well behaved. But when I try and tell them to do spellings, they pretend the test is not the next day. And they're always looking it down for me. So I'm like, look, I know it is. Oh, I did it this morning. Okay, let's look. What are your words? You don't remember any of them. You did not do them this morning. We are doing them now. I'll just bribe them a little. Like, they can't have their technology time. So they can't play on their phones or their game consoles until they have done their homework.